Alright, treasure hunters, welcome back to our behind the scenes footage of a hoarder house estate sale setup. I thought I'd do a walkthrough. You may remember this bureau that was upstairs. We just kind of threw some things that were in the bathroom right where they were. In this first room, you may recall a lot of organizers and crafting organization tools. We organized this a little bit better just so we could better use the space, such as, you know, having one of the cubby holes for toys, that kind of thing. Hung up this vintage Girl Scout uniform. I like to mix in some things. This isn't all crafting. I could have easily brought the Girl Scout thing downstairs near the register as well as the other toys, but there's so much at a sale like this that I thought we'd spread it out some. That way we don't have everybody in one spot, more or less, or one or two rooms. You do want to put the stealable items into one area whenever possible, and of course use the real estate, prime real estate, to display the better items. But at a sale like this that has so much, you can spread it around some, and that's what we did. So that's this room. Vintage Caribou Bears and other strawberry shortcake and other things there that should do well. Over here there were some neat things. I think we saw most of that in the other videos. Now it's just easier to get to. Moving on. This first room, you might remember, you may recall this closet by the way we really packed things in. We come across a lot more vintage board games and some other neat vintage items, some dolls. The old costumes are really neat. Bugs Bunny costume. Use the most of the space. We even hang things from the closet doors. Has some neat sewing things. This is a Viking, Husqvarna Viking sewing machine. That's pretty good. Dress form, those sell easily. All kinds of vintage sewing items. More organizational type things and crafting organizers. Those should all do pretty well. There's Christmas here. All kinds of stuff. Continuing on to the last room upstairs. And before that, the towel closet that we're utilizing. Slot cars. Hot Wheels. And some Hess. Now there's some older Hess hiding in there. One quick way, if you're looking at a Hess item, one quick way you can kind of tell is the older ones will have that yellow, orangish yellow, where a lot of these newer ones, as you can see, do not. Also, the box just looks older. You know, even the choking hazard warning looks newer on the newer Hess, where it used to just say caution, not recommended, and now it says warning, choking hazard. So that's a little more modern. Another Matchbox item up there. And then in this last room, we found a lot of Legos in here, vintage books of various kinds, more crafting, of course. This Transformer comforter is pretty cool. That should do pretty well. Check these old games out. if you don't know about Crash Canyon or Fireball Island, you should. If you're in the business or a reseller or just getting started, whatever the case may be, these type of vintage games that were very popular in the 80s and into the early 90s are now hot. They should probably, I mean, that depends if they're complete or not. I'll have to look at it, but they may fetch $100 a piece, maybe even a little more. So more than crafting yarn. This corner turned out pretty good as far as aesthetics go. It looks well displayed and organized. You have a little bit of a mix of crafting items, but also there's some games hiding in there. Like I said, more or less you put the things on display where you find them. If there's a ton of space to utilize, you can kind of do an estate sale like this. You could have departments more or less, but that's how we set up the upstairs. If you remember, we could hardly walk in a couple of these rooms upstairs when we got started, so it's been a labor of love to get it to this point. And thanks for following and checking out our first ever behind the scenes video. We'll be sure to have more. If you have, remember to subscribe or like or whatever the thing is you're supposed to do. And be sure to check out our future videos. All right, treasure hunters, have a great day.